This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who, for one morsel of meat, sold his birthright. Verse 17. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. Brakat the Yahweh, Brakat the Yahweh Shai, Brakat the Yahweh, Brakat the Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 16 through 17, is that I came across this article today by the JewishBoston.com, where in this article they write on the account of Jacob and Esau and how the world, all right, the nations, okay, are battling within themselves, okay, are wrestling within themselves, okay, the spirit of Jacob and Esau. And it makes some good points, because if you look at this spiritually, all right, it's really the elect of the nation of Israel, okay, who coming back to their nationality, to their heritage, their culture, all right, calling upon the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, while they wait upon the Lord, they're now fighting against, all right, the wicked vibration that Esau is pushing out day in and day in, all right, and day out, day and night. So certain things that they said in here did make sense, because, hey, why would Paul once again say Hebrews 12 and 16, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau? Right. You don't want to be like Esau. And that's what this article was talking about, how Esau is all about materialism. All right. All about gratification, self-gratification, works on impulse, all right, moves on impulse, all right, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright, right, he couldn't wait, all right, he couldn't wait, he wanted it now. 17, for ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears, right, okay, Esau, Edom, that nation was rejected because of, all right, what happened with Esau, all right, saying that what does his birthright profit him, okay, and that's how Jacob was able to get that birthright, because Jacob said, sell me this birthright this day and I'll give you this this red pottage. And Esau said, what does this birthright profit me? Okay, and you can read that account. So what's interesting is that they're making a reference to the spirit of Esau, okay, and the spirit of Jacob, and how in each one of us, that's what we're battling. And it's really, okay, the elect, because they're battling against the flesh, which, okay, the flesh is of this world. And that's what we're constantly going into the scriptures. We're constantly always, all right, meditating on the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, all right, so that we can overcome, okay, the wiles of this world, all right, this deception, all right, this illusion. But I want to get down to the point, because that's not even a point of this lesson. The point of this lesson is that they go into who are the Edomites, okay. Who are the Edomites today? So let's read this. I'm just going to read this because they make some good points. There was Jacob standing anxiously before his father and feeling like an incredible dork. How had his mother talked him into this? Rebekah knew that Isaac was nearing the end of his life and that God's covenant would be perpetuated through Jacob and not his fraternal twin Esau. So, hey, these 1948ers, Amalek, the small hats, okay, they know this history. And that's why, all right, we're talking to our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites. Plantation Christianity is an abomination. It is steering you to destruction, okay? You staying stuck in them churches is going to result in your demise. Them harlot houses. Because they're not teaching you, all right, the truth. Even Amalek knows this, all right, the small hats. She also knew that old Isaac preferred Esau and was preparing to deliver his ultimate blessing to the red-haired hunter. Rebekah decided to intervene to force the hand of God and ensure that Jacob would receive his blind father's blessing, even if it meant restoring to deception. Right, supplanting, all right? And you can get into that history. So, and the reason why Rebekah knew this, once again, because the Lord already told Rebekah that, okay, Jacob was the one that was going to be given the blessing, okay? The elder shall serve the younger. Now let's go down to this. But there is even more going on here than meets the eye. While the narrative is told as a family drama of two sons competing for their father's blessing, the people of the story are also stand-ins for something much larger than themselves. After all, from the very outset of the Parash shot, where we're alerted to the fact that this story is one of archetypes. Quote, 2 nations are in your room. God tells Rebekah 2 nations, not 2 sons. So they already know that there's 2 nations, okay? This is Amalek writing this. They already know what that means. That's why vocab alone, Jesus is the retard, okay? And all the rest of these Goombas in plantation Christianity, they're telling lies. Either knowingly or unknowingly, they're telling lies. Because this is from the Jewish Boston, so they already know. These are 2 nations, not 2 sons. This is affirmed by the Torah, which also considers Esau as a stand-in for Edom. Right, because Esau is Edom. You get that in Genesis 36, verse 8. Thus dwelt Esau on Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. Point blank, period. Okay, let's continue on. It gets better. This is affirmed by the Torah, which also considers Esau as a stand-in for Edom, Israel's traditional enemy to the southeast, and by the rabbis who see him as a stand-in for Rome. Whoa. This article is written November the 8th, 2021, okay? And they're associating Edom to Rome, which proves, okay, you so-called white people are the Edomites because you push out that you were the Romans. That's why your government laws are based on your ancestors, the Romans, okay? Which you exalt to the clouds. That's why your forefathers said we went to our ancestors, okay, to the Roman Republic to build, okay, America's foundation, which is the checks and balances. Cut, man. This is a cut. And that's why you plantation Christians, all right, you're telling lies, and the Lord's going to destroy plantation Christianity. Because this is getting ridiculous, man. Like, you even got the 1948ers coming out. Is there any more on this? I just wanted to bring that out, okay? From the beginning, Esau isn't just an individual in the story. He's an archetype for the forces that oppose his brother's spiritual success. And Jacob, of course, will wrestle his way into becoming Israel, the namesake for the Israelite people. Right. Okay? So there you go. All right. Now I want to get into another article. Esau, the ancestors of Rome, the Torah, written by Dr. Malika Z. Zimkovich. Okay, who's she? She's an Amalekite, a doctor, okay, who published in the Harvard Theological Review, which means vocab alone, you can't even measure up to this, okay, woman. All right, did you get your articles published in Harvard Theological Review? All right, are your books are even in fucking Harvard? She writes this. Just want to throw this out. Oh, real quickly. Psalm 64 and 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Right. These small hats, these 1948ers are making their own tongue fall upon themselves. Okay? In the Bible, Esau is the ancestor of the Edomites who live in Mount Seir, southwest of Judah. So how did the rabbis come to associate Esau and Edom with Rome? Two main factors are at work here: Christianity and Herod. Wow, that's a powerful statement right there. And this is written by a small hat. Okay, excuse me, an Amalekite. All right, in 1948er. Let's get to some key critical points here. Edom and Rome. It says the basic sketch of relationship between the polities of Israel, Judah, Judea, and Edom, Idumea. Oh man. Man. Ezekiel 36 and 5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, power. Surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of their heart, with the spiteful minds that cast it out for a prey. Right. So these Edomites, okay, who were calling themselves Romans in the time of the Roman Empire, all right, they're in our land. These so-called white people, okay, and this is how you know, man, that they're still here today. And here's another thing, all right? You don't want to join hands with this wicked, okay, nation. The Lord is against them. That's why I brought out Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16 through 17. You don't want to be like Esau, Edom. He is condemned, okay? He is condemned. The Lord hates these so-called white people. It's clear. And you plantation Christians are teaching lies in your churches. The basic sketch of the relationship between the polities of Israel, Judea, and Edom, Idumea during the biblical and Second Temple periods indicates that Edom was a polity that ruled from Mount Seir era, from Wadi al-Hasad. All right? And yet, just jumping down to the point, Rabbinic Midrash associates Esau and Edom with a completely different geographical area, the city of Rome in Italian peninsula, and speaks as if Romans were all Edomites. How did this develop? I believe that the two main factors at work here, Christianity and Herod. Damn. Let's jump to this. Herod and the origins of Edom-Rome connection. So the Amalekites, the small hats, know that Herod was an Idumean, was an Edomite. And this is the same thing that the apostles have been teaching and pushing out, man, for decades upon decades. The elders from decades upon decades, man. All right, which proves we got the truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Why do the rabbis associate Rome, a powerful city in Italy which ruled the entire Mediterranean world from the late 1st century BCE to the late 5th century CE, with Edom, a small province southeast of Judea, which didn't even rule itself? The connection likely derives from historical events associated with Herod the Great. As noted above, in the late 2nd century BC, John Hyrcanus conquered Idumea, making it part of Judea, and forced inhabitants to become become an Israelite, right? Meaning, when he conquered that land, he told those heathens, you need to learn our ways and customs. Okay? Eventually, one Idumean converted named Antipater succeeded in becoming an important advisor to the high priest Hyrcanus, grandson of John Hyrcanus. Later, Antipater's own son, Herod, married into this priestly family, became king of Judea. So Herod is an Edomite. Okay? Period. Herod had strong ties with Roman officials and deep-seated ambition to rise in the ranks of the Roman government. He was notoriously capricious and paranoid, killing off all surviving members of the Hasmonean family who presented potential royal competition, including the wife's 17-year-old brother Artabolus, whom he had drowned at a party. Herod would later kill his wife. Well, he's an Edomite. What do you expect? That's how these fucking Edomites roll. They'll kill their whole family, as well as in addition to her mother and other family members. Under Herod, Judea was a client state of Rome. Okay? So he was a puppet. Okay? And he was working for the Romans because he was an Edomite, just like these Romans are Edomites. And these 1948ers are exposing it. Okay? Despite his official status as Jewish descendants of converts, really should say Israelite descendants of converts, for the rabbis, Herod was not a Jew, but the archetypical Roman. Damn. Damn. Oh, many Jews thought of Herod as being in league with Rome, and indeed his great-grandchildren, Agrippa II and Bernice, opposed the Great Rebellion decades after Herod's death. Right, and Agrippa II was also an Edomite. So there you have it, okay? The rabbis, the small hats, are associating Edom to Rome, which are you so-called white people, okay? And that's why Paul wrote this. 2 Thessalonians, I'll close out with this, chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, right? Us, we have to fall away, all right? From our nationality, from our heritage, our culture, because we went against the Lord, okay? And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, right? And certain things had to happen that in these days, when we get our remembrance back of who we are through the spirit power, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, putting off the old man, putting off the wicked ways of this world, which is pushed by Esau, Edom, okay? We will come to realization who the man of sin is and push out that man of sin, okay, is these so-called white people, Esau, Edom, who were the Romans. And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. 4, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Perfect example. Check this out. Who the fuck did this? Okay? Edomites. So-called white people. Okay? Just like he was doing as the Romans. All right? Exalting himself, all right, to the world as a God and wanted the whole world to worship him. Just like today. Nothing new under the sun. 5, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, right? This is Paul writing this. Just like Paul wrote in Romans 12, 16 and 17 about Edom, Esau. 6, and now ye know that withholdeth, now you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. And this is the time that he's being revealed. Okay, so a point that their own nation is revealing themselves. 7, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Right, and the mystery of iniquity doth already work, meaning Paul is speaking of the Roman Empire. Okay, these people were pushing nothing but iniquity, wickedness, okay, lawlessness, just like they're doing today. These so-called white people pushing wickedness, lawlessness, LGBTQ lifestyle, democracy, republic, garbage, man. This whole beast system. This is how you know we got the truth. All we're waiting on is for these devils, these Edomites, okay, starting with the elites, these so-called white people, to push these, the damn digital off, man. And that's it. The destruction's coming. Because, all right, you've been found out. You're going into perdition. You're going into destruction. Let's continue on. 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth through his prophets, okay? Because by us bringing out this information, exposing the truth, all right? And showing all the lies and corruptions, all right, that has been pushed out. Like, yo, they've been lying. They've been lying. The Edomites are still here. Now is the time. And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Right. Meaning that when the Lord comes, Yahushua, a so-called black man with the angels, the Lord of hosts, the Lord of Sabaoth, the Lord of armies, comes and destroys this man. Take this man out of power. Okay. Destroy space farce. Destroy his military. And your military is weak, man. Your military is divided. But, you know, the point is this, man. We're here. All right. They're making their own tongue fall upon themselves. The small hats are acknowledging who the Edomites are. They're the Romans, which are the so-called white people today. Okay? You got two source. That's another thing, man. You so-called white people and you Jakes, man. All right? You need to source your information. No more fucking talking, man. Start citing your information. All you fucking people went to school, right? You went to college, all right? You wrote articles, you wrote research papers. Didn't you have to cite your information? Well, look what we're doing. We're doing the same thing, man. All right, that's why we got the truth, man. Yahushua is coming back to destroy, all right, and break you fucking people, man. We're here, man. And Lord, one is us, is edify. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushua, Ba'ashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel, honor of today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth to sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushua's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep enduring. Keep the faith. We're almost out of here. These devils are making their own tongue fall upon themselves. They're exposed. We got the truth. Let's keep going. Let's keep fighting. Okay? Stay in the spirit. All right? Don't follow the ways of Esau. This devil is condemned. All right? Don't lust after this world. Use the world, but don't abuse the world. All right? Take care of each other. Be brotherly. We're clearly at the end. And for the few sisters that are watching, keep studying, keep praying. Shalom and abad b'bol. Shalom.